Hey folks, how you doing? I hope all of you are doing good today. I'm really excited to be involved in this. I'm super excited because it was only recently that I found out about Hack Quarantine, and it's so quickly spun up, and it's great to see like thousands, literally thousands of people on there building all sorts of cool stuff. Hey Tom, how you doing? It's good to see you. Tom Mission. He's a Twilio champion. He also knows a lot about Twilio. That's cool. Hey Sneaky Gamer, yes, we've got another workshop coming. Just out of curiosity, how many of you saw the opening demos? Hey Jack, how you doing? So if you saw the opening demos, you may have seen me do a demo where I phoned hundreds of people around the world at the same time with code. And what I'm going to do in this workshop is talk you through how you can build your own Twilio application, the first Twilio application you've built. So I'm going to be building it along with you. You can feel free to follow along. If you would like to create a Twilio account, there is a URL underneath me, www.twil.io/hackquarantine. And that would help you sign up for an account, for a free account. And then if you head over to #Twilio in the Discord, you should find some promo codes in a variety of different currencies for you to upgrade your account so you can access the full product suite. That's a good question, Unlucky Man. What is Twilio? And that's pretty much what I'm going to be talking about today. So Twilio is a cloud communication platform that that helps developers to connect their applications to telecommunications, right? So let's say you wanted to send a text via code, or you wanted to make a phone call and have it do something really interesting. I'll give you an example. Maybe if you've used one of those ride-sharing services, the driver of the ride-sharing service can phone you, but you don't have the driver's phone number, the driver doesn't have your phone number. Twilio is used to connect those two people together. Maybe if you wanted to create some video conferencing services, people use Twilio to create those as well. All sorts of communications people use. And let's talk through it. We're going to build a Twilio application together. We're going to build one that uses SMS and one that uses voice. And first I'm going to start by building one, and you folks all following along. But what I'd really love is if you get involved. So I need all of you in the chat to keep the chat going, asking any questions. I've also got a Twilio colleague who's going to be in the chat as well, monitoring, just in case there's something that I missed. So if you have any questions, feel free to throw them in as we go along. So back to Sneaky Gamer's question. No, it wasn't Sneaky Gamer's question. It was Unlucky Man's. What is Twilio? So like I said before, let me make this transition over so you can see my presentation. As I said before, Twilio allows you to control SMSs, phone calls, videos, WhatsApp messages, emails, all sorts of communications with your code. And I'll give you an example of oftentimes the most basic Twilio application in use. Here we have a user, right? And the user may send an SMS to a phone number. Here is an SMS that says ahoy. And what Twilio does is Twilio takes that and uses it and then makes a HTTP request to the app that you build. Now your app will do the amazing magic it does and send a response. And here, this response is XML really. We call it TwiML for Twilio markup language. And it's a response that is a message that says hi. And you can guess what this does. Twilio takes this as a set of instructions and sends an SMS that says hi. And what we're going to do is we're going to build through it together. So let me head over to the Twilio console. Let's escape this. All right. So I've already got a Twilio account set up. The link to Twilio, I am going to... Oh, I made a mistake when I created this overlay. I'm going to fix it for you now in the chat, those of you in the chat. I forgot to put HTTPS in front of it. And if you put a HTTPS in front of the link, it should work. There you go. I've just stuck it in the chat. So with that link, you can create your own account and it should get you here. Now, some of you who may have just created your account, you might see a blue button over here where my mouse is that says upgrade. Now, to upgrade your account, usually you'd have to give us some money. But what we're doing today is we are giving everyone free credit with Twilio. So if you head over to the #Twilio channel, you can find a promo code to use in your own currency. You still need to put in a credit card, and this is a legal thing because when you have a phone number, people use it for fraud. So sometimes we do need to have an identity attached to that number. So it will ask you to put your credit card details in just so we can verify your identity, but don't put any money on. Click I have a promo code and use one of the promo codes from the chat. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do, thank you, Shino the Kitty. I think I pronounced that right. I'm not sure. I love lo-fi music. It helps me chill, especially when I'm nervous. I'm nervous in this workshop. All right, I'm going to head over and buy to the phone numbers tab. And I can buy a phone number. Now, if you were here during the opening ceremony, you would have seen that I bought this phone number so that every single person around the world could phone. I've left it there because if I turn it off, people who rewatch the opening ceremony won't be able to get a phone call. So we're going to leave this there, but we're going to start by buying a new phone number for the workshop. I'm just curious because I can buy numbers from quite a few different countries. If you're watching in the chat, can you just put what country you're in? And what I'll try and do is I'll try and buy a few messages. All right. I'll come back to Shaggy's question. If it's prompting you for a company, you shouldn't need a company. So we've got someone in Belgium. I'm in the UK, so I'm going to buy a UK phone number. That's voice and SMS. Now, Shaggy asked, what is a hackathon and what these presentations have to do with a hackathon? So a hackathon is an invention marathon. So people invent things. There we go. Hack Quarantine's answered the question. Very well. Very succinctly, actually. So what I'm doing is I'm showing people how to use Twilio just in case they would like to use telecommunications, that's calls, WhatsApp, texts, emails, in the things that they're building. So over here, I have bought a Twilio phone number and like that quickly I own it, right? And we can set it up. So I can set it up for when a call comes in, when it accepts incoming phone calls. I can set it up for when a message comes in. We've got Shino the Kitty from the US. We've got Kingsman VK from India and Sneaker Gamer from Belgium. All right. What we'll try to do is I'll try to buy some numbers from other countries as well so you can join in when we do this. All right. So now I own this number. I'm going to hold this here and I'm going to start building. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build an app that is just going to simply reply to a text message. Now, I can do it in code, and I will do it in code, but I understand that people who are in the chat or people watching might be code is in different languages. Like, can you do that actually? Chuck in the chat what your programming language of choice is. I'm a JavaScript developer, so I'll be doing a lot of the work today in JavaScript, but you can actually replicate it in nearly any language. We've got a Python developer, not Padev. Nice. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do it without any coding languages, just in case someone maybe is a first-time coder. They can get started. I want to show you how easy it is to do. So when a message comes in, I'm going to not use a webhook. I'm going to use something called a TwiML bin. And I'm going to create a new TwiML bin. I'm going to call it Twilio Workshop. Quite a lot of JavaScripts and Pythons. Got some C#. Nice. So now if you remember back to, let me head over here. Remember this TwiML that we sent back, well, we can build this directly in the Twilio console. What I'm going to do is that anytime somebody sends a message, we want to send a response. And we want this response to be a message, right? There we go. Let's close this message. Someone said Ruby. Ruby's all right. And this message will be, hi, thank you for following this workshop. I'm going to hit create. And I'm going to hit save. Ruby's all right. Quote of the year. I know what my favorite language is. I'm going to try not to make fun of any other languages. All right, so now I've got this set up so that whenever a message comes in, it's going to head over to Twilio Workshop. And Twilio Workshop, I'll just open this up in a new tab. So just to remind you what's inside Twilio Workshop, is a response, which is a message, which says hi. Now, I think somebody said they were in the UK. So if you're in the UK, can you get your phone out, like right now, and text this number? Text it saying anything. And if you get a reply that says, thank you for following this workshop, throw it in the chat. I want to see if it works. It should work. Sneaky Gamer, when it says on the upgrade account, promo code is not available. Oh, no. So if it says promo code is not available for your account, that usually means that you're using the wrong currency. So what you've got to do is switch it back to where it says, like, put money in, and then you should see the currency symbol. And then go back to promo code, and then if you go back to the chat, you'll see there are different promo codes. What do I put for company address? You should be able to skip company address. Oh, we've got an error, so something's not worked. All right, this is actually a good opportunity. This is a good opportunity to show you the debugger. So anytime something goes wrong, we get this red flashing symbol. Check it out. And the red flashing symbol will have some things. The 2 number is it's not currently reachable by SMS. All right. I'm going to be careful because that's probably got somebody's phone number on there. Shaggy got a response. Carl Southern got a response. All right. So I suspect, I'm going to transition and hide my screen while I look at this error message. Let's take a look at this error message. So the 2 number plus 1. Oh, someone in the States seems to have messaged and it didn't work. I don't know why that didn't work. Somehow someone who doesn't have an SMS number managed to send an SMS. Interesting. I'll sort that out later. No, wait. I know where this is from. This is from something else. Okay, cool. Let me show you my screen again so that we can finish this off. All right, so I know some people got answers back, but I want to include the people who are in different countries, right? So let's buy a phone number from the States. Is there anyone in here from America? What part of America are you in? Oh, someone in India's got it. That's great. Let's buy an American phone number. I'm gonna buy something from Greenville. Is there anything called in Greenville? Wisconsin. All right. Sunny Monster. All right. So now because I've already got this set up, I can just go to the TwiML bin that I made before, hit save. And now this number should work for those of you in the States. So I'm going to throw it into the chat. Not everyone's from America, Unlucky Man. Some people from the UK. Quite a few. All right, so that was like quite simple, right? But this is still quite boring because it's just a static message. What if we wanted to respond with something dynamic? Maybe based on what they say. Maybe we want to answer a question. Let's build something a little bit more complicated. So I'm a JavaScript developer and I'm going to be using JavaScript. I think I stuck the... Yeah, people, Sully Monster got a response. So I'm a JavaScript developer and I'm going to be setting up a web server today. And the web server that I'm going to be using is Express. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is install Express. Now, if you use Python, you can do this in Flask. And hold on, let me get the Twilio docs up so that you can see where to find what you need. com/docs. Now, I know I'm supposed to be biased because I'm a Twilion, but Twilio has won awards for best documentation. So docs are pretty good. So if you are in Python, let's say you want to send your first message, you can choose what language you are. So you've got Node, which I'm going to be showing people. You got C# for, I know someone in the chat said they were a C# developer. We've got PHP, Ruby, Python, Java. You can even use the Twilio CLI. We won't be jumping into this today, but you can. So if you aren't using JavaScript like me today, feel free to follow along by just heading over here and finding your language. I'm gonna pop this in the chat as well. But we're gonna be doing it in Node.js today. So we're going to set up a server quick. Const server. Let's see what's happening in the chat. Actually, I've got to keep my eye on it just in case people are asking questions. Will the recording be available? I believe so. Oh, thank you, Tom. Oh, Tom said we have amazing docs. I really appreciate the compliment. All right, let's get this set up. And then I want this server to listen. What port should I use? I don't think I have anything running. I'm just going to use 3000. 1, 2, 3. And just so that I know it's working, listening at 3000. And let's create some roots. I'm going to create all rec res. No, I'm doing that wrong, right? App.all. And then I'm supposed to put the root, right? Yeah, there we go. See, this is the thing about being a developer, right? You always forget stuff. And building things live never is perfect. Let's just send hello world for now. Wrong direction. Now, if I actually start my server, I've got listening at 3000, so I know that's working. Let's go to localhost 3000. And then we got the hello world. So I'm pretty sure in your different languages, you should be able to get started with a hello world. If you're able to do a hello world, then you're ready to begin. All right. But Twilio doesn't understand hello world, right? Like I said before, over here, Twilio needs XML. So let's head over here and help create XML. Unlucky man. Don't know why you can't create an account. Hopefully we'll be able to sort you out. if you're sticking around, I won't be surprised if one of the Twilions who are listening might be able to jump on. Or maybe jump into the Discord. Maybe someone might be able to help you in the Twilio channel. And if not, after this workshop, I can always help you out. All right, so we don't want this to be Hello World. We want it to be some TwiML. So the first thing we need to do is set the content type. How do I do that again? Rest.set content type, right? I'm pretty sure it's like this. And we want it to be text/XML because we want to send some XML. And then we can type out what we had before. You're gonna have this. Make that look nicer, actually. So, a response. That is a message that says, "Hi, I am alive." And I've got to put that in backticks. Now, I need to restart my server. Now, just in case, I know some of you may know, but I have a tool called NodeMon. And what NodeMon basically does is that every time I hit save, it will restart my server for me. So it watches for any time a JavaScript file changes and restarts the server, so that I don't need to keep restarting my server each time. All right, let's head back to here and refresh the page. And now we've got the XML. If that makes sense. Shino the Kitty's figured it out. So for company address, just put in your billing address. That makes sense because a lot of times companies make accounts. Does Twilio services support another type as JSON? Canizaris. So support another type as JSON. I'm not sure I understand exactly what your question is. I'll try and figure that out in a second. All right, so this response is ready for Twilio. Twilio can understand this and send a message back, right? So let's head over. Now, the little thing that is a bit of a problem here is I can't put localhost. That doesn't work because Twilio is on the internet, right? And the internet doesn't know where my computer is. But there's a little tool that I use, and you can check it out. I'm gonna open a new terminal. It's a tool called ngrok, and I really like it. And what ngrok does is it exposes your localhost on the internet. Now, this is not good to have on 24/7, but it's really good when you're trying to prototype something. So I'm going to expose ngrok HTTP 3000, and I've got a paid account, so I've got a subdomain. So now, when I go to this URL, let's stick it in there. I get the same thing as I got here. But this is available over the internet. If you went to that URL right now, I'm going to stick it in the chat, you should be able to see this. Let's see. If the API requests, you should be able to use JSON. I'm not sure. But okay, so let's reopen that. So I've got this, and I'm going to stick this URL. Not there. I'm going to stick it in my phone number. Cool. Let's do it for both of those numbers. So I've done it for this one. Let's do it for the American number as well. So we set it to a webhook and we put our URL. All right. Now, nothing's changed, right? Nothing's changed because you're now, if you message one of those numbers, actually, you should get "Hi, I am alive" instead of "Hi, welcome to the Twilio workshop." So those of you who messaged before, Can you message again and tell me in the chat if you get hi, I am alive? Let me know. Oh, she know the kitty. I think they've got it working because they said it's cool. So I assume it's working. What's the US number again? I popped it in the chat. It's up. It's got a +1 in front of it. Let's see if I can find it again. There we go. Pop it back in. There we go. Ah. It won't let me resend the same message. Let me go. This is the number. All right. So some people have got it working. Sully Monster, thank you very, very much. But now it's really cool because every time that Twilio makes a request to my web server, they also send me all the parameters, right? So I'm going to use something called body parser. So what body parser does, actually, hold on. I don't even need to use body parser. Let's just do this. And let's see what happens. Can someone send a message again? Rec.body is undefined. Hold on. Cool. I need to grab the body of this message. And I'm trying to remember where it is. Because sometimes... Oh, you know what? I completely forgot. I need to use body parser. So for those of you who don't know, body parser is a thing that allows you to open up the body of an incoming request. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to npm install body parser. And while that's installing, body parser. Now I know that different languages do this slightly differently. And then I want the app to use it. Isn't it app.use? Let me just quickly check. Yeah, I'm right. Let's copy this. And then we're gonna get the app to use body parser. And now I should have access to rec.body. No, I don't want to do that again. I want a node one. All right, last time. Can you send a message? How about turning the music off? It's easier to hear the speaker when the music isn't off. Isn't on, sorry. I can turn the music down. Give me a second. Hopefully that's better. Is that better? Let me know. All right, where were we? All right, so I don't want to show these people's numbers. So rather than showing the whole body, I'm just going to show the body of the message. Hold on, let me hide this from everyone. I want to respect all of your privacy. I don't want to break any GDPR rules. All right, so let's clear the console. All right. All right, send your messages and we should see messages pop up here. Now, please keep it PG. I can find out who sent like non-PG messages. So keep the messages PG. Hello, Nathaniel. Hey, how are you? Let's see if we're going to get more messages coming in. So now that I've got the body, now those of you who are thinking ahead, we can do all sorts of things we want. We can do something with this data and send a custom response. Interesting replies. So let us get rid of "Hi, I'm alive." Now, let's say I wanted, so that's how we can do it with messages. The person below has an Android smartphone. Cool. So now let's say I wanted to do it with phone calls, right? Thank you, Hat Quarantine. The MLH code of conduct is in effect at all times. So let's make, and people always have to ruin nice things. Okay, let's create a new route called /calls. Just like we did before. I'm going to set the content type. Text/XML. Now, what I could do if I wanted to do it for calls is I could start doing what I did before, right? So what I could do is I could go, let's scroll this up. I could go response, and then instead of response, I could maybe do a say and have it say, hi. But I don't want to always have to write out TwiML. And the cool thing about Twilio is, I sound like I'm paid by them, I am, is that they also have a helper libraries. So let's open this again. And let's install Twilio. All right. 0 vulnerabilities. Twilio is secure. And now I'm going to use Twilio to create a voice response. So I'm going to require Twilio, and I want to use some TwiML. And there I've got a voice response. So rather than writing out the TwiML like I did before, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create one. So const TwiML equals new. I'm going to create a new voice response. And we want this voice response to say, hello everybody, you are all amazing. And let's send that. So go res.send TwiML, and we need to change it to a string. Let's do that. All right. So if I come over to my browser, come back to localhost, and I go to /calls. Oh, psych. Oh, did I forget to restart it? Yeah, I did. Nodemon index. There we go. People make mistakes in live coding. All right, cool. I've got the response, and it says something. If I go over here to my public URL, same thing. If I go back to my phone numbers, so that when a call comes in, it goes over to this. Now, you folks should be able to call that number and hear the message that I just typed out. If you're able to do that, give it a try. Give the number a call. And let me know. Nathaniel, every time he mentions Twilio, #spawn. I don't get it. Oh, #spawn. Well, we are, like, I'm not just sponsored. My salary comes from them, so. Aw, thank you. All right. Did anyone phone the number? Did it work? Can someone let me know? Did it work? Did anyone give the number a call? Maybe I should give the number a call actually and see if it works. Well, I can always look in my console and see if we've got calls to /routes. If we got requests to /calls. Yeah, someone did. I do have my own channel, Showcrete22. So Chatbox Coder. And not just me, but quite a few other people. All right, I'll phone someone's to speak to call. Yeah, it's a robot voice. I'll call it 077 234 80951. I'm going to put it on loudspeaker.
Hello, everybody. You are all amazing.
There you go. Taratoro. So I'm doing a Twilio workshop and I'm showing people how to use code to build phone calls, SMSs. Eventually, I'll be talking about WhatsApps and other things. So I just phoned it. So yeah, it's costing you, each message costs 0.0075 $. So you need to send quite a lot of messages to get through the $20 of credit that we gave all of you. So I've just made a phone call and it works. But let's do something even cooler than a phone call. Let's do a TwiML.dial. And when I dial, I can dial a number. But even other than that, I can dial a conference. And Hoarded, if you go into hashtag Twilio in the Hack Quarantine Discord, if you go to the #Twilio channel, I've got a whole load of different promo codes that will help you upgrade your account and give you free credit. And just in case you want to sign up, you can sign up from this URL that I'm about to stick in. I think that URL is the correct one. Did I spell that wrong? Yeah. So if you click on that, you'll get extra credit. And then when you put the promo code, you get extra credit as well. All right, so I'm going to put all of these people into a conference. And we'll call this conference Hack Quarantine. So now, not only do I say this, everyone also gets added into a conference call. Literally like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines of code. Does anyone want to try it? So I'm going to phone the number and I want to see if any of you can join me on this conference call.
Hello, everybody. You are all amazing.
Is there one there? Hello? Hello? Oh, someone else is there. Hi, what's your Twitch username?
I am Multipower.
Nice. Well, thank you for joining the workshop.
Yeah.
I'll catch you later.
No, thank
What's the number? Oh, are we going to have some fun with like everyone? So this is the UK number. I'll stick it in the chat as well. What? Let's not get rid of it. So immediately I've popped you all into a conference call. All in how many lines of code? Just like that. I'm sorry, Hoarded. Yeah, oh, I'm sorry. I have to move over to the workshop. We're nearly out of time. So all of those people that you can still join in, you can call that number. They'll say, hello, you're all amazing. And they'll put you into a conference call. Only with a couple of lines of code. And that's just like a small example. And this is one of the most basic use cases of Twilio. I'm going through it quite slow so that everyone follows. So you can text. If you scroll up, oh, actually, should be up here. Can someone find a US number and post it in the chat again for Bernarda? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be a bit creepy. Now, at Twilio, we've got the helper library, which I showed you here, but we also have, in the helper library, we can use the Twilio client. Now, those of you who maybe want to do things programmatically, to do it with the Twilio client, we're going to require Twilio. But this time I'm going to use my account SID process.env.account Twilio underscore account underscore SID and process. I can't type today. Twilio auth token. Now, I'm not going to post these on the stream because I've done that before. It was a very expensive day for me. So just in case you want to know where to find these, if you go over to your account, that's your account SID, and that's your auth token. But I'm not going to show it to you. And what you can do is when you've authenticated, and also these are environment variables, just so you know, just in case you're not sure. One of my colleagues actually wrote a really cool blog post about environment variables. It's like one of the first things that appears on YouTube, on Google. How to set environment variables. There's a nice little thing, just in case you're curious. So because I don't want to show everyone my things, and I pop it here. But now I have access to everything through the Twilio client. Did the music stop? That was weird. Now that I've got access to everything, I'm going to list all the messages that were sent to, let's pick the English number. I think that's the English number. And then I can go through all of these messages. Now, I know that some people, hold on, I need to do something first up here. .env.config. I think that's how I do it. I'm using .env to handle my environment variables, and I forgot to set it up before I started. So let's quickly install .env. There we go. So now I can list all of these messages. Let's console.log them. If I could see all the messages, but let's go through each of them. Messages.for each message. Now, I can do something really interesting. I can create a call, and I can create a call to whoever the message was from the Twilio number, and let's give it a URL. Now this URL needs to point to some TwiML. And if you remember, we had that before. It is at https okenwa.ngrok.io/calls. Now, I'm not going to hit save Because if I hit save, it's going to phone call everyone who sent me a message. Unless you want me to. Do you want me to phone all of you back that sent me a message at this number? Because I can with code. And this is the cool thing about Twilio, is that I can initiate phone calls as well. I don't just need to respond. I can initiate phone calls and messages. Not Pallav says I should do it. Anyone else? Anyone who's not Pallav? Should I call everyone back? Bernardo says yes. All right, if I get one more yes, then I'm phoning everyone. If I get one more yes. All right, Hot Quarantine says do it, and that's official. I'm hitting save. All right. Oh, I'm hitting save here. Now, this auto rebuilt and reran everything. All right. I should get a phone call as well, actually. Let's see. Did it work? Oh, I've got Do Not Disturb turned on, so it might not work for me. Let's see. Oh, something went wrong. Something went wrong. Let's check over in the Twilio console. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Did anyone get a phone call? All right, so we've listed all the messages. We go for each of them. We create a call to whoever the message was from our number. If that should be working. No one's got a phone call yet, have they? If you get a phone call, can you put I got a phone call? Oh, wait. Evan the Great 86 said it seemed to work. Wait, so you got a phone call, Evan the Great? Yeah, I didn't get a phone call. It's not fair. Oh, Hat Quarantine got... Okay, all right. So it seems to be selective as to who... Oh, wait. I know why I didn't get the phone call. Because I didn't text the number. It's only replying to the people who messaged this number. Nathaniel? I know. There was a very confused guy at the other end of the phone. Oh. So we got there, folks. I've put you all... I've shown you through Twilio how you can respond to messages, how you can respond to phone calls, how you can initiate phone calls and messages. But this is still just scratching the surface of all of the amazing things that Twilio can do. Now, I'm going to be running another Twilio workshop next week at the same time. So next week, Wednesday, at 5 p.m. UK time, GMT, or BST, whatever it is on these days. But next week, I'm going to be jumping into something called Studio. So now I know a lot of you may be wanting to maybe write out whole conversation flows where you're building something, maybe for COVID, right? You're building something where someone can order things and they have a conversation. You can build that conversation in a graphical editor. You can send a message, you can reply, and just build it up. So if you like that, definitely check it out next week. I'm going to be here next week. Will you do workshops on your personal Twitch channel too? So I will be doing some stuff on my personal Twitch channel. If you want to follow me on Twitch or on Twitter, it's at Chatterboxcoder, and you can tell why I'm called at Chatterboxcoder. I talk a lot and I code. I do a show every Tuesday, actually, a little plug called the Baby Developer Show for any early career devs out there. But thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for joining on. It was great to hang out with all of you. And I'll see you next week. Have a great time hacking.